back of the tank. This is the water that flushes. Here's the front of the tank, and it'll make the illusion like the fish.
Removing the sink, lightly sanded. I used a shellac primer to prep the sink. We're going to be using epoxy, so grab a pencil and paper. These are all the items that you're going to need. Honestly, this was one of the easiest projects I've done. It was a little scary, but if I can do it, you guys can do it. I added 3 coats of pure white on the countertops, poured in the letter B, then A, mixed for 5 minutes straight. Next, I added this pure white dye. Agárrate porque ya se armó. Here's the fun part. I poured the epoxy onto the countertops. I used a square notch to spread out the epoxy evenly throughout the countertops, as well as the sink. Spray painted some black and metallic color on some cardboard, and I started feathering out the color on the wet epoxy. Spray painted some metallic at the end of a painter stick to add deeper veins. Using a heat gun, you can manipulate the vein and pop the air bubbles. After 2 hours, I took off the tape to cover the edges. And this is the final product. I can't believe these are epoxy countertops. Honestly, I'm obsessed. Get chulada.
This is a secret.
Flying at Mach 2 and leadership training, full-time or part-time, in or out of uniform. There are over 200 career opportunities available in the U.S. Air Force. Learn more at airforce.com.
Treat me like what this, I just got a dick. Double up with me, if you fuck with me. Oh, yeah, I'm doing the things that I never would know. Middle of We don't taking those.
My husband surprised.
Why do African Americans in the South paint the top of their porches blue? My name's EJ. I'm talking about some interesting cultural and design history. Let's get into it. This particular history was extremely prevalent with African Americans, especially along the Atlantic coast in the southeastern part of the nation, particularly with the Gullah Geechee people in places like South Carolina and Georgia, and is also very prevalent throughout the South in places like Louisiana as well. This particular often seen on the top of porches throughout the southern states is known as haint blue. This particular color of blue is believed that it helped to ward off evil spirits. For example,
It turns out
More. If you tie it like this, the entire front grille will be pulled down, tying the tow rope. I teach you. Open the trunk. Lift the cover. Take out the tow hitch inside, then find this plastic cover on the front bumper. Do you see it? Let's go down lightly. You can take it off. Insert the tow hitch and tighten it clockwise. Let's fold this tow rope in half. Through the trailer hole. Long one main rope, short one auxiliary rope. Take this master rope out of the loop. Auxiliary rope around the main rope. Then fold in half. The auxiliary rope passes through the upper loop. Tighten the main rope at this time. It will only get tighter and tighter. This technique is called angry cow because 10 cows can't pull it apart. Easy to untie. We just need to grab this auxiliary rope and pull it out gently to untie it. Isn't it very simple? I'm Broche.
Car must have.
Jericho. Also known as Resurrection Rose, this is a plant that never dies. Instead, it brings life and energy back into your space. It also cleanses negative energy from your space.